at the potential of sounding very elementary, I think we can be pretty simple about it and say that a thought leader is just about being a leader at thinking and sharing those thoughts with others. And I think a thought leader is someone who possesses a distinctively original idea, a unique point of view, or an insight into their industry. And I think in the ever evolving kind of landscape of social media, personal branding, content marketing, the concept of thought leadership has emerged as a bit of a guiding light for individuals and businesses when they're thinking about, hey, how do we kind of get some prominence and influence in our sector and in our space? One of the key call-outs is the big difference, I guess, between thought leaders and thought repeaters. Now, a thought repeater just picks up some noise or something that is someone else's idea and communicates it, or just kind of wants to get on the wind of a story that's already out there. But a thought leader is really contributing something new, I think, to an existing conversation or even a new conversation. And what they typically will be is the ones that inspire greater creativity or innovation in their industry, or the ones that help to bring about much needed reform and change. So I think we can all appreciate the difference between those who we generally want to listen to rather than those that are just blowing their own trumpet. And I think in the instances where it's true thought leadership, we feel like there's been an exchange and we've gained value because of the time that we've spent listening to someone else's thoughts or opinions. One of the big examples that we give to a not-for-profit is how can your CEO or leader help use their kind of influence and their networks to be able to build your brand at your not-for-profit. So, in a Jersey Road example, we've got our founder who is out, networking, and how can he be telling stories that builds the brand of Jersey Road? Both things will work together and achieve a greater good. And so that's probably a first step, I think, is to go, well, how can our senior leaders be equipped with a plan to help gather content and realize the opportunities and the meetings and the conversations and the things that they're doing every day can actually have a big impact with a LinkedIn post or just a story that contributes to a campaign that you've got going on. And sometimes a grassroots looking video of a CEO in the field doing the work that they do every day could be just as effective at gathering an audience than a social media campaign. It's a long game. I would say think about a 12-month strategy and stick to it. You can't just kind of dip in and out and expect results immediately. But yeah, building those your kind of branding and your marketing in line with your leadership's personal profile in thought leadership is a really good way to maximize engagement and new audiences. Have a look into the conversations that are in your sphere. Where can you add value, I think, is a good one. And if you don't know where to start, think about just research. How can research provide you with some element of thought leadership that you can talk about? And maybe there's a problem that you can kind of see, but you don't know how to talk about that problem or identify a kind of a hook or a headline to it. It's a bit of a numbers game. Like if you don't have any equity in the bank, then when things get a bit shaky, there's nothing for people to stand on or rely on. And we've had what we thought were massive reputational crises to brands that are clients of ours. But because they've been around for 70 years and they've got so much equity and kind of in the bank with supporters, their supporters are just saying, well, look, we've trusted you for this long and we trust that you'll do the right thing in this situation, and that what you're telling us is genuine, and we'll stand by you and with you. But if you haven't kind of done that strategic work, you might not have 70 years under your belt, but you can be strategically doing work now with this kind of thought leadership strategy or communication strategies to build equity and get the positive stories out there, so that when something does, and things do happen, don't they? Like things unexpectedly will happen. But when things do get shaky, that you've built that equity and people can say, oh no, I do believe that they're doing good work. I've seen it so far and I'm going to stand with them through some of this storm. who's your target audience, who are you trying to reach, what do they value, are they receptive to this thought leadership content? And then, as you said, resources. Do you have the time, the budget, the personnel to create and promote the content? Are you able to maintain consistency in your output as your audiences start to appreciate this content from you? And how do you kind of have a strategy for getting it out? Is this blogs, videos, webinars, pitching to media? So being able to understand kind of some of your channels